everyone, welcome to Law Prep Tutorials YouTube channel, and I'm so happy to be interviewing one of our exceptional student, Mahak.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mahak, for such a great college you have achieved with your CLAT preparation and along with her 12th. So guys, actually what happened was I was planning to take the interview, right? And Mahak was also all prepared to take the interview, but her friend happens to be here who has also done exceptionally. So somehow it turned out that she's far better in making sure that and will create a more fun interview. So let's invite Dona. Dona, come here, right? So अब जो है Dona महक से interview लेगी and she's going to have a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy this video and ask all the things, right? Yes. Okay. So over to you, Dona.
So the fun part takes a lot of pressure off, of course. Anubhav ma'am would have been more fun, but you'll have to bear with me. So, hello Mahak.
Hello.
How are you doing after your CLAT?
Very good. Enjoying with my friends a lot. Not you.
So, I am her friend, but sadly, she's really terrible at it. Be better, Mahak. You can do better.
Okay.
So, okay, that did not capture. That was not captured on camera. That was koi baat nahi, Mahak. So, now let's talk about CLAT. How was your journey and how did it start?
Started with 27 marks in mock.
Yes.
Felt in the first mock कि नहीं होगा CLAT. होना ही रही है. But stuck to it and it was quite easier. Easy with friends, with law prep. Good to go.
So, for the reference of the context, that Mahak was really the toppers from the very start. As long as I've known her for 7 years now, and she's always been like the #1 of her class. And I was also good, but I used to enjoy a lot. And Mahak was always serious with that. So how did that go? You know, always working hard, and does it make it easier?
Well, I worked hard from 6th to 10th. Then I thought कि थोड़ा मज़े भी करने पड़ेंगे. ज़्यादा serious हो गए थे. तो 11th-12th में I did it with school. I did CLAT with school. तो I went to school, gossiped a lot. बहुत मज़ा आता था. Played basketball only. Teachers के मज़े लेना. And I was done for the day. Then I came home and studied for CLAT. That's it.
So the teacher ke maze lena part is not really good, but we all do that, and that is how school is. Go to school, have fun, come back home and work really, really hard, and don't go to school that often to have that fun. Okay, you might feel that you're missing out, but you're really not. वो रोज वही करते हैं. Any day that you go, it's still going to be the same. And Dags with the and Mahak with the mocks and tests that you gave, how did that help you?
Well, it helped a lot. और mocks इस atmosphere में देना is very much important. घर पे देते हो 10-15 marks extra आते ही हैं because you are so calmed and you are so relaxed. एक comfortable chair होती है, AC होती है. That's not the case at the center might be. I got NLU as a center तो AC और सब था and अब तो December में होता है doesn't matter. पर एटमॉस्फेयर मैटर्स अ लॉट. वो स्ट्रेस कि सब बच्चे सिर्फ पेपर पढ़ रहे हैं, कोई क्यूटी तक पहुंच गया तो मुझे लगता था ओ नो मैं इंग्लिश पढ़ रही हूँ, ये क्या हो रहा है.
It's very important to actually give it in the environment that you're supposed to. When you see a lot of people here and when you'll be in the examination hall, it will be even more difficult because you see hundreds of students sitting there fighting for the same competitive exam that you are, same questions, same paper, same college, one seat. But you only require one seat.
You get so much stress there कि ये बच्चा तो शक्ल से ही होशियार लग रहा है, ये तो NLS ही जाएगा.
ये तो NLS ही जाएगा, but जाते हमारे जैसे बच्चे ही हैं. So that is how it is. So Mahak, about the doubts, how did you do that with the mock doubts, with the module doubts?
Module doubts ऐसे ज़्यादा आते नहीं थे, but whenever I had one, I came to Anupama ma'am for every subject. Every subject I know, QT except QT, every subject. तो they were pretty much cleared here only, and rest doubts मतलब बहुत सारे doubts तो हमने friend group में ही clear कर लिए थे. I used to ask Dona, Arushi, Abir, everybody कि इसका ये मुझे नहीं आ रहा, you have cleared this concept तो मुझे ये समझा दो, and we were done for it.
It is very important this point that make friends who are really smart and good and helpful, who are going to make
Unlike
you do
Dona.
better. Yes, like me, which you have already emphasized in the last sentence that you spoke. Mahak, don't do that. That's just doglapan on the camera itself. So just make friends who will help you along the way, who will motivate you. So I saw a friend of mine who had her second doubts about doing CLAT all the time. And I made her, change her mind and be stuck to what she's supposed to do. And now she's in NUJ, so lucky her. But it's very, very important that you be confident and motivated all the time.
The choice of friend group is very important.
Yes.
Don't get such layman friends ki dekha jayega.
Don't be incompetent. Don't be unambitious. Know exactly where you want to go and what you want to do. It's going to help you a lot. Be clear-headed.
Actually.
Yes. And did you do any other mocks, any other modules? And how do you think that how is it important to confine the material that you stick to?
I think that's the most important thing, to confine your material and focus on it. ऐसा नहीं था कि Dona is doing some other module, so I have to do it, वरना मैं पीछे रह जाऊंगी stuff. वो नहीं होना चाहिए. You know what you have to do, so stick to it. I stuck to law prep material, the CLAT Express and everything. GK was pretty much done with the CLAT Express, और उतना ही करना होता है, because GK is never ending. You do this, you do that, you do this, and don't remember anything. So there's no point in that. You have to stick to one and do whatever you can with that material, and you'll get through it.
So let's talk about all the sections in CLAT, okay? Mm-hmm. English, legal, CR, GK, QT, and what was your approach towards each one of them?
English, I was not that much good in English prior to coming to law prep. Here Sonia ma'am ने बहुत डाटा, but we had this in mind कि जो वो बोलेगी वो करना तो है, because at the end पढ़ना तो है.
And teachers know the best. It's fact, it's the cold hard truth, no matter how much you dislike them for scolding you, to make sure that you're working
कि वो ढंग से नहीं पढ़ा रहे इसलिए मेरे मार्क्स नहीं आ रहे, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
They know stuff you don't, okay? That's why you're sitting there studying and they're teaching. They've done a lot in their life. They've gone through a lot of things. They've studied a lot. And they have actually seen so much experiences with
a variety of students, how they are preparing.
So they exactly know how to approach this guide. They are the best guide that you can actually get. So
English was pretty much done with the help of Sonia ma'am. Vocab, grammar, everything, the comprehension. And when English is done, CR is half done. CR half क्या 75% is done. CR में बस there are more minorities that you have to give attention to. पर वो आप practice के साथ सीख लेते हो. Practice is the most important for these comprehensions and QT. Legal में it was done with Anupama ma'am. मतलब हमें कुछ करना ही नहीं पड़ा था. The mocks done it for us, the modules done it for us, and everything. Everything just added up to it, and legal was done. CR में I had many difficulties because that yes, no, comma, that extreme words ki always, almost, that are pretty much trickier, and you have to matlab be in it, be in the paper at that time for CR.
In CR, be in the moment, okay? Look at every word there is. They might have like multiple layers added to it. So really
answer
stick
differs
to it.
From yes, no, comma, always, never.
And these extreme words, the teachers will teach you how to avoid these in the exam. And CR is really, really reliable. That we've all learned through giving CLAT and all the other
CR will never give dhoka. If you practice it daily, it will help
the other subjects might turn house.
Don't depend on GK too much.
Yes,
very
GK
important. Is never ending. In our CLAT, GK was not that good. I scored 16, 17.
And I got, 9.75 something.
GK
and I used to do
good.
really well in GK mocks. So was Mahak doing. In the last mocks, we used to get in 20s and stuff. And GK is really not that reliable. Do everything there is to do in GK, but don't be like, okay, GK will increase my marks.
GK में मेरे 25, 30 तो आ ही जाएंगे. मैंने इतना पढ़ लिया. It's never like that.
It's never like that. And if you think that way, which I thought, and when you're gonna give the paper, you will feel like, okay, this is not happening and I might lose out on something or the entire paper.
Don't start with GK.
Don't start with GK.
अच्छी नहीं होती तो पूरा mood खराब हो जाता है.
Don't start with GK even if you are like exceptionally brilliant at GK, okay? Just leave that subject for the last. It's not really very skill based. You won't have to put a lot of mind into it. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. And don't give a lot of time to GK and doing every question there is to attempt. If you don't know it, you don't know it. 2 minutes baad nothing will change.
एंड क्यूटी में आई पर्सनली फील कि वो लास्ट में करनी चाहिए, माई पर्सनल ओपिनियन। जैसा मैंने हर पैटर्न ट्राई किया था मॉक में कि मैं पहले इंग्लिश करूँ, फिर क्यूटी, फिर जीके, फिर सीआर, या फिर इंग्लिश, सीआर, लीगल सब साथ में और फिर ये स्टफ। पर क्यूटी आई प्रेफर लास्ट में करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि क्यूटी का कोई भरोसा नहीं है। क्यूटी कैन बी वेरी इजी और कैन बी वेरी टफ। I was good at maths, but I still scored around 4 marks in CLAT and QT.
And it is very important to find your own way out of things. Experiment a lot, know what you're good at.
This is the time for experimenting.
This is the time for experimenting.
Last 2-3 months mein practice your best pattern that you have found the best in your experiments and do that.
And Mahak, what were the things that you believe really helped you? Those 2-3 things that you used to do religiously every single day and they made a big difference somehow.
What made a big difference was मैं बहुत ज़्यादा engrossed नहीं थी पढ़ाई में कि मैं बाकी वर्ल्ड से कट ऑफ हो जाऊँ। मैं स्कूल जाती थी जस्ट टू प्ले बास्केटबॉल और घर पे भी कभी कभी 1-2 घंटा टाइम पास करने चली जाती थी। आई नेवर हैड अ फोन बिफोर 12th, सो दैट्स अ प्लस पॉइंट। आप जितना भी सोच लो कि यू डोंट हैव एन एडिक्शन और मुझे फ़ोन इतना पसंद नहीं है, पर 2-3 घंटा सबका स्क्रीन टाइम होता है। सो आई डेंट हैव फोन, आई वॉज नॉट ऑन सोशल मीडिया। आई वॉज ऑन सोशल मीडिया इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड, बट इन 12th आई क्विट इट कि अब तो क्लैट ही करना है, बहुत टाइम पास हो गया है। सो दैट्स द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग। थोड़ा फन भी करो, थोड़ा जाओ, बी कनेक्टेड टू द वर्ल्ड, गॉसिप वॉसिप करो, पर पढ़ो।
एंड how do you think your mental health was affected during those 2 years when you were preparing for competitive exams?
My mental health was very, it had many ups and downs. I started with, as I told everybody, I started with 27 marks in mock. Then I directly scored around 60 marks. फिर वो consistent था, फिर मेरी एक ही वो थी कि marks बढ़ नहीं रहे। पर you need patience for that. Gradually बढ़ जाएंगे with practice, with everything. और फिर just 1 month prior to CLAT, we had a mock league of 7 days, 7 mocks. In one mock, I scored around, in last mock, I scored 95. In the other, I scored 65. I came to Anupama ma'am कि मैम ये क्या हो गया, 30 marks drop and 1 month prior to CLAT. बहुत रोना धोना हुआ and stuff, वो आ जाता है। But ठीक है, you have to stick to it. Ma'am is a good motivator and I stuck to it.
And there is one more thing that I want to add on here, that success is best enjoyed in life when it's with the people that you love. So the entire time that you're preparing, be helpful to others also. It's a journey. You'll enjoy it best when it's with your friends, okay? If everybody does really well, it's the best that could happen. Don't be toxically competitive that only I should do well and the others should not. Help your friends, ask for help, and it will become like a much smoother journey that you can imagine.
You can be vulnerable around them if they are good friends. मतलब tell them कि नहीं हो पा रहा है,
and they'll help you somehow.
Problem आ रही है, they'll help you.
They'll figure a way out of it. And Mahak, let's talk about newspapers and GK and how to make GK notes and how to revise them, because I think that's a thing where we all have our own doubts, we all make our own ways, but it's really confusing. So if you could help them on that.
It will be relatable for many. मुझे न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने में बहुत आलस आता था। मतलब सुबह सुबह उठना, वो इतना बड़ा न्यूज़पेपर खोलना, वो एडिटोरियल देख के पढ़ने का मन ही नहीं होता था। पर ठीक है, आई न्यू कि पढ़ना तो पड़ेगा। You have no easier option. You have to go through it. So I went through newspaper daily, didn't make notes daily because I think that's just for me it was time waste in the initial period of my prep, because मैंने कभी उनको खोल के वापस देखा ही नहीं, बस notes बनाते जाओ for your own satisfaction, and you don't revise them, then there is no point in it. You have to revise them once a week, once in 15 days or once in a month at least.
And experiment with this, that if you're making notes for a week and if you're not really revising them and you can't really do that, then skip on that, do your CLAT Express and stick to your CLAT Express.
I stuck to CLAT Express क्योंकि newspaper नहीं पढ़ा जा रहा था end के days में.
And the worst that you can do is buy material at the very end, like in these months, like the 3 months, don't buy any other material, stick to what you've done, revise that and you'll be good. And the most important question, Mahak, how jealous are you of me for getting NLS and you getting NALSAR?
I'm not.
On camera you have to on camera you have to say nice stuff.
In NALSAR I'll enjoy my life. Dona will not be able to.
Okay, Bor. So it was a good talk. Thank you everybody and hope you get into all the good colleges that you want to. Thank you, Mahak.
Thank you.